Today, I wanted to start a little, maybe semi-regular thing, probably not, series on like a batch that I finished and show you the knives in it and kind of just go over the features or whatever, go over the options of that knife. Maybe if I haven't featured that knife before, I'll talk a little bit about the knife design. That's what this is. Okay, here is the Splendid Splinter. It's hard for a mumbling hillbilly to say that. Whatever. All right, so this is a Model 32 Splendid Splinter. It's named after Ted Williams, greatest hitter of all time, who was not only the greatest hitter of all time, but he was a pilot during World War II and Korea. This particular one, this is kind of a, what would you say, a bird and trout, everyday carry, sort of smaller EDC knife, I guess you'd say. It is, this particular one is 5/32 stainless steel, 154 cm stainless steel, stainless bolt handles, varied grind right there, black G10 bolsters, orange G10 handle with thin black spacers. Got the serial number on the offside, marked stainless steel. Here's the Protecto plate. I'll do a video sometime on why I call it a Protecto plate and what it actually consists of. Basically what it is my authentication sheet. Most custom makers do like an authentication sheet to give you the information on the knife. And if you ever want to sell it, it's kind of, you know, an authenticator. That's what this is. So this is the trading card. I make these by hand also. Yep, it gives you all the information. It'll have an image of the common image for that model on the front, and then on the back it'll have the serial number of the knife, and it will have coded information at the bottom or on the back somewhere. And you can go to my website and there's a decoder there that'll tell you what these codes mean, and that just has all the information of the knife on it in these codes. So date, handle material, steel, grind, warranty, all that stuff. All right, now for the flagship model. This is the knife that I make the most of, that people order the most. This is the Green River, the M4 Green River, named after the Creedence Clearwater Revival song and Green River Cola. This particular one is also 154 cm stainless steel. All three of the knives in this batch are that steel, and it's got a varied grind. It's 5/32 thick, which I think is about the sweet spot for woods work, if that's me. It's got stainless handle bolts, and it's got customer supplied stabilized burl handles. I'm not sure what type of wood this is. I'm gonna say it's maybe ash or buckeye. Maybe buckeye, but it's buckeye burl. I don't know, he didn't say. It's a good looking piece of wood though. Serial number on the offside, marked with an S, lets you know it's stainless steel. Got a nickel silver pommel plate and thin white spacers. Here's the Protecto plate on it. That's a standard Green River Protecto plate. Sometimes I'll do little variations just for the fun of it, so you get a little something extra. Sometimes I'll make them, what do you call that? Prisma, prismatic or something like that. Anyway, whenever you move her in the light, it'll kind of look like a refractor. That's it. It'll refract light. Sometimes I'll put, a piece of handle material embedded in the card for an artifact card. Just depends on what I have available and how much time I have. But this is just a standard one. And then on the back, it's got all your info. So like a moron, I started offering sheaths again because I know that people like to have a sheath with their knife. It's kind of a complete package thing, which I understand completely. My theory's always been that if you hire a custom knife maker to make you a custom knife and you spend a lot of your hard-earned money on it, for me doing it, I don't want to buy a custom sheath by a dedicated sheath maker, someone who does it every day. I don't do it every day, so my sheaths are not up to par with a full-time sheath maker. You can't beat somebody at their own game, and I can't beat a full-time sheath maker at what they do. But I still offer them if people want the complete package. they are expensive because I don't really want to make them. But anyway, I make what I call a coffin sheath, which is just a coffin shaped sheath. But I kind of like it. All right, here's the Green River sheath. And I got the knife wrapped in plastic because I don't want to get it all smudged up for the customer, because I got to send it out today and I don't want them getting it all crapped up. So that's the idea of the, oops, sorry. That's the idea of the tilt-in sheath. Obviously you put it, tilt it in. And you snap it over there. And then here. It's really hard to do backwards. I'll get it. Maybe. She's a little tight. Alright. That's what it looks like in the sheath. I'll lay it down here so you can get a better look at it, maybe. It's got the Turley logo on front. And depending on how big the knife is or how big the sheath is, that may not be there. It has to be wide enough to get that logo on there, and this one's just barely wide enough. And on the back, it's got the model number and the serial number. So all the numbers match between the knife, the sheath, and the card. So you get a complete set. I'm big on that sort of thing. I like collecting stuff. Like I said, I like collecting stuff, and that's why I try to build in collectability, not only usability, but collectability into these knives. That's a big part of it for me. That's what makes it fun. One of the things that makes it fun. I'm not, I don't do the whole, my knives are better because. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying this is why I like, this is what I like, and this is why they are the way they are. All right, so this is an M9 Goblin. This is another little EDC sized pocket carry if you want, sort of thing. Not necessarily bird trout, but it's a good little knife for all around use if you ask me. It'll do woods work and small game, large game if you want, and just everyday chores. This one also is 5/32, 154 cm stainless steel. Got a varied grind also. It's not all I offer, but that's what a lot of people order. So that's what these three are. Most common grind, probably. Stainless handle bolts, black G10 handle scales. And then it's got orange sci-fi spacers, which are, what's the word for see-through? Translucent. You can see through them, which I think is cool. And those are getting more and more popular since I started offering them, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 years ago. Here's the Protecto plate for it. This knife is named after the parasite fighter from the 1950s that they used to hook up to a bomber and deploy it that way, which is pretty cool. And then also I thought it's a little homage to comic books. Sorry, my fingernails are dirty. That's gross. As an homage to the comic books that I love, especially loved growing up, I put the Green Goblin head on that guy. That's the Green Goblin from Marvel Comics, if you know. If you don't know, I mean. And on the back, it's got schematics for the Goblin. Here's the sheath for the Goblin. It's a pocket carry sheath, so it's got the Ulta clip on it. Man, them suckers are stiff, but they work. You can see this one doesn't have the Turley logo because it's just not enough room there. So I just stamped Turley on the front. Not that you'll ever see it because it's going to be in your pocket. Again, the model number and then the serial number stamped in the back. The pocket carry, I remember whenever I first started making knives, it was kind of a taboo sort of thing. You'd get made fun of sometimes if you said you wanted to pocket carry a fixed blade. That's human nature. Now it's like, the thing. But I think it's pretty cool. I always thought pocket carry was kind of a neat idea for a fixed blade, but it's kind of bulky too, so if you decide to do it, you got to know that going in. I like these for like cargo pants pockets. If your front pocket, a lot of people use a front pocket, and that works too, but you can't carry quite as much crap if you got that in there. Okay, because I am not a video expert or even amateur, I didn't get any footage of the of the goblin sheath, the pocket sheath, which kind of defeats the whole purpose of me showing you that. But anyway, it works, I promise. And I appreciate you watching. Hopefully this can be a sort of semi-regular kind of sort of thing. I'll try to remember to do that. I want to get back in touch with you guys and yeah, just enjoy knife making again and enjoy talking to people about it and wood stuff and maybe even, probably even some weird crap. See ya.